How's
Nice
it
to see
going,
you,
brother? You good?
Marcel. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Good. Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. So
Absolutely.
where you coming from? Or
Well,
where you coming out of?
so right now I'm 2 hours up north from London, so I'm in the UK, and
Ah,
originally
nice.
from Lithuania.
Oh, okay. Do you live here?
Yes, yeah. I just actually got a house. Life is busy. Things are moving fast, but yeah, absolutely.
Fast is always good. It's better to be fast and slow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
How long
sir.
you been in the UK for?
Ah, God, time flies. Honestly, it was probably around 6 years now since I moved. I remember,
Oh, so you ain't new to here then.
yeah, yeah, no, I mean, around honestly, like 19 years old, I started this business, and I said in my country, if I fail in 3 months, I'm changing everything. Like I'm changing
Yeah.
the environment, I'm changing countries, and then I moved, and things are just kind of snowballed.
Fair enough. Alright, so let's start there. Let's start by
Okay.
stating your name and age.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Carlos Miskinis, and I'm 26.
Okay. And what was you're in the real world currently, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Since 2024 December.
So what was your life before the real world? Because you said you decided at 19, you had to make a change of pace, and if it didn't work for you, you was gonna figure it out somewhere else. So walk us through that journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, how far would you like me to go back, sir? And how much time do you have? This is like a short
You got as much
testimonial.
time as you need. Don't worry. You got all the
All
time in
right.
the world.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, the biggest. So where was I before? Well, I was honestly, just your normal shy introvert. So for me specifically, I had a speech impediment since I was 6.
Yeah,
So life was always kind of like a little bit on like hard mode. And I'm not talking about just like mumbling or getting stuck here and there. Like it's like a clinical speech impediment, right? But the
yeah,
training that you guys had, once I found you, the values that um, you guys all share as a collective, like really helped me deal with that to the point
yeah,
where I just sounds funny, but I just refuse to stutter. I refuse to accept that, and I speak smoothly. And from there, honestly, things have changed. So
wow, that's actually amazing. That's amazing.
thank you,
So
sir.
that's life changing. Was it a confidence thing? Do you believe, or what
It
do you
was
think it?
not to be well. Obviously, confidence I think is part of
Yeah,
it, but it's just having a mindset strong enough to speak in a certain way.
yeah,
So for me, it was clinical, but a lot of people told me, like speech therapists told me I was a hard case, and I've paid thousands of dollars for
yeah,
courses and treatments, and nothing really worked. But then I kind of took everything into my own hands,
yeah,
and it's funny what happens when you start listening to the people that you kind of want to achieve those same things. You
yeah.
start sharing that same mindset. Surround yourself with people that think the same way as you do, and which is the beauty of the real world.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're doing better. So
Yeah. Do you know what, the mind is a super powerful tool, and do you know who knows that more than anyone is the enemy, the Matrix, and that's the reason why
yeah,
they put certain obstacles and systems in place is literally so that they understand how to control the mind of the masses. And if you do
yeah,
that, then you hold the power. They know that, and one of the reasons why the real world was created was the first thing you want to achieve for yourself is a financial freedom, and by doing
so
that you allow yourself to alleviate all like the stresses of like bills, like so much things that they put on top of us. That's why we always have all these taxes and everything is always something we got to pay for, something, because they want to
yeah,
have you down to your last penny. And if you have someone
it's a
down to their last
hamster
penny, they
wheel.
stay on survivor mode. And what we
Yeah,
try to do in the real world is try to get people from, okay, I have to do this job and blah, blah, blah to make money, like to try and get them out of mind frame. But actually, you can work for yourself and you can make money for yourself. And how much you put in is how much you get out. Not
it's
how
very
much you
true.
put in is how much the system gets from you. That's
Correct.
the whole mind frame we try to do. So even to hear that you was able to find us and it helped with your speech impediment, like again, that's great to hear. It's amazing. And like I said, the mind is super powerful. Like if you can train it and you can create discipline in your brain, is literally is almost nothing you can't do.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the biggest things that stuck out to me is how you guys encourage the students to think. Like the students, by the way, are so fortunate because I come from a background where I was investing in online courses and education and like how
Yeah.
to make money online since I was 16. I've spent thousands of dollars, and what you guys have built, the students, for the price that they can honestly join is. I'm speaking as someone who has invested thousands. You guys, I mean, whoever is watching, like you literally get a Swiss Army knife on how to make money that's not tied to a location. Like it's all online. So once I joined, it blew me away. Just a variety of skills, opportunities, training courses that you guys have. I think is absolutely phenomenal. And yeah,
Amazing. So speak on that, like you were just there talking about, because I'm like a big fan of the real world community, and people probably hear me say that all the time. But speaking to me on like how the community within the real world, how did that uh participate in helping you to succeed in this space, or did you find it guiding or comforting?
absolutely. The biggest thing for me was, I'm not necessarily a beginner to client acquisition and sales and consulting because that's my background. Um,
Yeah,
the biggest thing that helped me is just surrounding yourself of like-minded people, and everyone is talking about the same topic, driving in that same direction,
yeah,
which is this game is it's oftentimes lonely. Like I work with developers and I hire them, and I work with hire people, but there's never going to be that same mindset of people that are your peers
yeah,
pushing towards that same direction. And then just from a more practical perspective, the biggest thing that made the difference, which is the revenue driver now that allow me to scale and make a difference in my own life, is when you guys started talking about AI phone callers. I've never heard about them before. I come from SEO, advertising, stuff like that. But the moment you guys share that, it was bland.ai was the tool that you guys started to teach.
yeah,
Things have immediately clicked in my mind because for all my life, I had this curious mentality about sales. I always wanted to close someone on a call, on a sales call.
yeah,
And I remember, back in Lithuania, like, my parents come from like they earn minimum wage. Like back in the day, it was like 300 euros a month. Um, I was just looking at what's possible, and I said, man, if I could get one client at like 16, 17, man, I would be earning more than the teachers, than my parents. And
yeah,
like, I could provide and solve some of these issues that are happening in my household. So
yeah.
that was the driver for me. And yeah, yeah, it's funny how things change.
Amazing. So what was your background before you joined the real world? What was your expertise, let's say?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was studying SEO, which is search engine optimization. That was my first job. Obviously, even before that, I used to work in construction. Just the summer
Yeah,
jobs, basically as a laborer, and so came from that to SEO, sharpened my skills there. Decided to work as a contractor for a US company that kind of progressed me more towards the consulting sales route and the marketing route. And then now I'm doing both, but a big focus of that is AI.
okay. And so when you came to the real world,
Yeah.
what did you gear towards first? And
Yeah.
was that because of your background?
Yeah, I immediately jumped into the social media client acquisition route because that's what I resonated with the most. Like that's what I
Yeah,
kind of knew. So I immediately jumped into all the lessons there. And then things have just kind of continued to coast along between my job and the training. And then things have really hit again once you guys have introduced the artificial intelligence campus. That's when
yeah,
I really just became absolutely obsessed, like from 6 in the morning up until when my job hits. And then well into the night. I was just, I
Locked
have to
in.
learn this. Like the fact that I could, I want to say so many things, but the speech impediment back in the day didn't allow me to speak at all. Like if we would be talking maybe a year ago, 2 years ago from now,
Yeah,
Marcel, I couldn't speak to you, sir. Like I couldn't utter a single word. Like I still have videos somewhere from my old speech therapist. He recorded me. He said,
yeah,
"Look, I'm gonna film this video. You will see how bad you spoke and where I will take you." And that helped
yeah,
massively. But there's not even a like the amount of difference to where I was before and now. Um, is absolutely massive, and you guys, the values that you teach, the mindset
yeah,
that you teach, that was the thing that was the final nail in the coffin that I needed. So
yeah. That's amazing. And give yourself a round of applause because the fact that you're able to apply it. A lot of people, you can give the keys, the car, the map, and they still won't reach the destination. But you're able to apply it to yourself. So well done
correct.
for you too. Like it's an
Thank you so
amazing
much.
job you've done for someone like to just come this far in 2 years, and like now you speaking perfectly. If you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know. That's
Thank you
how
so
good it
much,
is.
sir.
So
That
so
means a
that's
lot.
amazing. So you got drawn towards the AI campus and you was like completely locked in on that.
Yes.
How did that campus make you money?
Yeah. So the number one thing that I noticed that really stuck out to me is the artificial intelligence phone callers. And I saw a lot of people building the um, inbound agents. But
Yeah,
as a marketer, as an advertiser, I immediately thought in the direction of, oh man, I want to reach as many people as possible. So the outbound aspect of it really interested
yeah,
me because the companies that I kind of naturally tend to work with, they have customers they've served already, but they don't have a very efficient way to reach them at all. And it
yeah,
takes companies pay so much money to acquire a new customer, yet they're sitting on the back end of them of people who know them, like them, trust them, pay them,
yeah,
but they don't have an efficient way to reach them. Like, you could use emails and texting, but those can be ignored or land in spam. But I knew if I could get on the phone, handle objections and questions and book them in or close that sale, that's going to be the ultimate driver that makes a difference. Because if you can
yeah,
generate revenue in the back end, then you have no problem reinvesting into the front end and then
yeah,
outbidding other competitors, outbidding other companies on Google Ads or what have you. So we're really focused on that. For the past like 8 months, I'm just, like I've tripled down on building an artificial intelligence phone caller that is an expert salesman.
yeah,
One company, I started doing YouTube, and they found me, and they said, "Look, we want to trust you. What you're showing is amazing. Like, we'll pay you. Can you build it for us?" And I said,
yeah,
"Okay." And then I went ham at it, and then the first um, 2 hours when I let that AI phone caller kind of loose on their customer list, it booked like 40 jobs. They're
that's
like,
amazing.
their phone started pinging and ringing nonstop. They called me back, said, "What did you do?" you know, and so yeah, what you guys teach is literally cutting edge, and you guys are always staying at the front of it, and this is just the
Yeah,
best place to be to stay and that have that competitive edge.
yeah. I saw one of those AI calls online before, and like literally half the people don't even know they're speaking to AI, which is amazing, which is
Correct.
crazy.
It is
And
crazy.
then
It's very early.
I'll tell you a funny story is that even the way that you're building yours is kind of how when Andrew used to have a marketing company, advertising company.
Yeah.
He used to do basically the same thing that you're saying. So he used to say to me like emails can get ignored and like fall in junk or get lost in traffic. The best way is to call. So
Yeah.
he used like Andrew's one of these people who like I will make it happen. So he used
Yeah.
to get onto call. He used to like bypass. He used to go on the yellow pages,
Yeah.
Yellow Pages back then, so we didn't Google
Yeah.
wasn't go to Yellow Pages and find the name of the CEOs of companies
Yeah.
and ring them and say, "Oh, I got your number from this person, blah 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 blah." Make that shit up. You know, I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
really like to get on the call with you about advertising. They said you was interested in advertising, taking your company to a higher proposition or whatever. And he
Yeah.
used to like that's what he would do. He would find out who the CEOs were, jump on the phone call with them, and
Yeah.
literally convince them that because he's like, once I get them on the phone, I can make the sale. I'm the guy. I will make the sale. I can
Yeah.
get there. It's getting on the phone. If you have to go through this person, and go through their secretary, then the likeness of you getting on the phone is it shrinks. So he used to go straight to the top, and it's basically what you're doing now. But you're using it with technology. So it's
Yeah.
funny how like time is almost replicating itself, except from this new
Yeah.
technology being used. That's kind of amazing.
Absolutely. You know, it's kind of funny to think because the way that I even explain it to clients or prospects is like you take the most traditional, old school way to make sales, to advertise, to market, which is the
Yeah.
good old phone. It's that meeting the advanced technology that you
Yeah.
guys show. It's basically phones meet 2025. You know,
Yeah,
it's like you
yeah,
can achieve that scale. Like as a as a salesperson, like on a good day, how many dials can you make? Maybe 150, maybe
yeah.
100. Like I could hit the entire customer list of 6,000, 10,000 people in 2 or 3 hours.
It's
So
gotta be unmatched.
yeah, yeah, it's just, so the like I immediately, once I heard it and you guys showed a demo
Yeah,
of one of the agents, I thought, oh my God, this is a moment in time and history that's gonna like forever change everything that we're doing. It's gonna shatter advertising.
yeah, I
I
think
can
that's
literally like I could book companies 5 to 10 jobs the next day. And that's on a demo. That's my sales pitch, by the way. Look,
yeah,
don't even pay me. Don't pay me a single penny. Just cover the small running costs. If I don't book you 5 to 10 jobs, like this week or tomorrow, just don't pay me. But if I do, the only thing I ask is for you to take me seriously and continue to move forward officially.
work
This is what I
relationship.
charge. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's what I charge.
yeah, that's amazing. So you was able to take the lessons that were taught to you in the real world and apply it to your business that you already had outside and was able to upscale it basically?
Yeah, so I had a lot of, a few clients that I would do marketing for, but the AI started really with me building of all the potential cases that are possible with this AI thing, like inbound
Yeah,
and then outbound. And I would make an AI phone caller that would collect 5-star reviews by calling people and texting. And I would just get that out there, like, speed, speed,
yeah,
speed, just get all of it out there. And then people started to get interested. And then from
yeah.
there, I just continued to triple down on it. And now, even if a company is talking to me, for example, and it's just not a good fit, like maybe they are too young of a company, low budget, or they don't have a lot of customers, I say, look, no problem. If you have other companies that you think need jobs or could benefit from this, I pay commissions for you every single month if you just
Ah,
introduce them to me. And if I close the sale, like now with the results
the
of the
finder's fee on
screenshots
that.
of revenue, like it's no longer a theory. So my closing rate is, fairly high.
Yeah,
And I have no problem paying these people and like rewarding these people.
yeah.
So,
Like a
any
finder's fee
way
almost.
that you can get them.
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing. And a lot of people I try to say to a lot of people all the time, like they procrastinate and they think like, should I join the real world or like, is there other things out there? And I'm like, procrastination is gonna hinder you. If you are serious and you really want to get something done, just literally go for it.
Yeah.
Just act now, do now.
Yeah.
So what would you say to people who are procrastinating about joining the real world and not sure if they should join? What would be your message to them?
Yeah, to be honest, like I would use the same methodology of like thinking that kind of caused me to take action on my speech impediment, that caused me to invest in courses. The two biggest motivators on earth to like a human being is either pain is the biggest
Yeah,
motivator, really,
for sure.
or the hope of what the future could look like.
Yeah,
So as I was, I clearly remember I was in my job and I was like, my performance was suffering because I couldn't speak to clients. I couldn't portray the right confidence. And it was not because I was unconfident. It was just because I couldn't say what I wanted to say. So I just started to imagine, how would life look like if I didn't have this?
yeah,
If I didn't have this bottleneck or this pain in my life, whatever that is for you guys. Maybe it's something else. But for me, it was not being able to get out there and show myself, not being able to get out there and say what I wanted to say. How would that look like if I could do that? Not only that, if I would walk up to someone, introduce myself somewhere, and the thought of stuttering wouldn't even be a thought. It wouldn't even be a possibility. How would that feel?
non-existent.
Correct. And that got me excited. And on top of that, I would say, you know pain wise, I would rather be just, I've taken so many opportunities. I've paid for so many courses, and my mindset honestly is I will rather risk it or be scammed rather than not try.
Yeah,
So then it's almost like, if you're not trying after that, I don't think you need it enough or want it enough. And I think from all the literal just seas of testimonials that you guys have, the overwhelming amount of screenshots of people making their first dollar online, like, take the chance. Obviously, people are having success, and it's all up to you. It's I haven't started to make my first AI sales until I truly believe, like, no, this is what I'm doing.
yeah,
Yes, I can.
the
And
conviction.
if I don't, I will always ask the question, how can I? What can I do? Not like a statement where I say, well, I'm afraid, or I'm scared, or I failed. Well,
Yeah,
just ask yourself, how can you succeed? And try.
yeah.
Like, you'd be surprised what happens if you actually try. Actually try. So,
And there's a big difference as well. You hear a lot of people saying they want this and they want that, but you don't actually see people wanting. I hear people saying they want stuff, but I don't see people wanting it. It's
yeah,
very easy to say, "Oh, I want this money and I want to do this," but I don't see you trying to get it. I don't see
yeah,
you pushing. I don't see you doing anything or making any movement to get what you say you want. So, do you
yeah,
really want it?
yeah.
That's the
No,
truth.
that's very true.
That's the
That's
truth.
very true.
And you know what? It's amazing, actually. It's quite ironic the fact that you were someone who had a speech impediment, who struggled with speaking to people, and now you're creating AI to speak to people.
Yeah, I love that. That's,
That
by
is
the way,
super ironic.
Marcel, that's the first thought that came to my mind. Oh my God, I can speak, but I can make these goddamn robots say whatever the hell I want them to say.
Yeah,
So that immediately excited me so much.
that's amazing. I love that. Well, thank you for coming on today, man. You've been an absolutely amazing testament to what the real world is, and I'm so happy that we was able to help you with a speech impediment, improve your business. Just as well, last question. How much
Yeah.
would you say your business upscaled from the point where you learned the AI? Would you like 50% increase in sales? Like what sort of money did you go from having to making?
Yeah, so I can tell you right now that with the material that you guys have, if you truly put that into practice, I went from basically more than tripling the income I have at my job that I depended on. Yeah.
Sick.
And the
Sick.
beauty about what you guys also teach is, you guys teach everything surrounding AI. It's not just, oh, build this agent, make it do this, and then deliver the service. No, like, I'm able to retain like several companies I work with now as a one man gang,
Yeah.
because you, just like you leverage automation for them, you leverage automation in your own life to fulfill. So you don't have to. What used to take me 6 hours now basically takes me like 30 minutes in the morning to set up. Everything is automated, everything is running, and that's fulfillment.
Sick. It's sick, and it's constant learning in real time in a real environment and a real market that's running now. So like as new things come in and as we learn new things, we teach to the students. So the moment information comes in, we try to teach their students so they can utilize it almost immediately. So it is actually trying to have a real line base so you're always ahead of the curve. Being ahead of the curve is the secret sauce to everything. If
Oh
you
my
are
god.
ahead and you figure it out before everyone else, or you're just that little bit ahead of you're always going to be in front. So we do
That's
try to do.
absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Like, if you were the first ever one to be, to start running Google Ads back in the day, you'd be very successful. If you were the
Yeah,
first one to offer SEO, you do pretty well. SMMA, same thing.
exactly.
AI, guys, like this is it. Like,
We're here now.
move now.
We're
Like, this
still
is not
early in that.
gonna. It's so early, but guys, don't sleep, because if you have been in the, in if you've seen trends, which I have, because I've been at this for, quite a while, 10 years. Like,
Yeah,
I've been in the online marketing space, and things move. Like, there,
yeah,
give another year and more companies will at least be introduced to the idea of an AI phone caller. So move
100.
now. Be the one that starts and takes action, because this is not going to last forever.
Yeah,
So
and another thing as well, like even if you get on a call and you say to them, "Look, I'm introducing this," and they're like, "Not now," when it comes back around, you'll be the first person they think of because they'll be like, "Ah, do you know what? Such and such spoke to me about this before," and you'll be the person that they would want to get the information from. So again,
very true.
even just being in contact, being the first, it puts you in a place of advantage, and that's what we try to push in us and in the real world as well. So it's
Amen.
amazing to see that
Absolutely.
you've done that, man. We are really proud to see that you're making progress and you know that we was able to help you in your journey. Honestly, as a team, we love to hear these sort of stories. So
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for your time. And yeah, honestly, like, I log into TRW every single day. I almost treat it like a brotherhood, almost a family. People united, working toward, like, going towards the same goal together. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful community. And thank you for your time. Thank you for having me.
thank you. Thank you for coming on.